Welcome back to some more Timberborn. Last time we got swimming pools built, we fixed this up, put some levees down here and here, put some more water wheels here for our eventual connection to maybe some food processing or something down here. We can just bring the power shafts down and have food processing near our food and not have to have beavers running on a power wheel in order to do that. But I think today's main focus is going to be, number one, getting more water storage going, because as we get farther along, this is hard mode and we're going to have longer and longer droughts, and we really don't have a whole lot of storage. We've got 600 storage total. So if it's a long drought and we don't have enough water stored, we're going to be in trouble. So that's our number one priority. I think we are going to stick with medium tanks for now, because even though I really want to build the large tanks because they hold so much more, it is going to take a lot of our metal. We don't even have enough gears for one of these, and it takes a bunch of science. So I think we're going to stick with medium tanks for now, but large tanks are going to be in the future, obviously. So I'm thinking we could build at least 2 of these right now, and maybe even a third, because by the time we get 2 built, hopefully we'll have another gear. So I'm thinking maybe we'll just put these along here for now, because it's not too far from this, and it's pretty close to the center of town. We're going to build those, and that just takes planks and logs. We have a lot of planks, so that's not planks and gears, I mean. We have a bunch of planks, so we just need to make those gears go a little bit faster. And we do have, we only have 1 gear workshop, so that might be part of the problem. We're gonna need more gears being made, but for right now we're gonna get that done. I think I also want to maybe build some more water pumps. Another issue is that we only have these. We did add an extra one last time towards the end of the episode, so now we have 4 pumps. But our wet seasons last a lot less time than in normal mode. So this one is going to be a total of, what, 5 days? 5 or 6 days? Yeah, it must be 6 days, because I think this is the end of day 3. So 6 days that we can pump water, and then, I mean, we'll still have some water in here, but it's, we're not going to have very much. So it's going to be better if we can pump a lot of water when there's a wet season, and then pause maybe half of them or something during the droughts and the bad tides, and just have a few of them going to keep enough water to keep our beavers alive, but mostly have the water pumped when we are in the wet seasons, and just have a lot of pumps going at once at that time. So I was trying to figure out how we're going to do this. This is not super even or anything like that, but we could potentially just build maybe some double platforms in the center here, and maybe I'll take out 1 or 2 of these, and then we'll just have like a little area in here. I think I'm going to keep it in this spot, and maybe we can build some more storage close by as time goes on. So I think if we go around here like this. Now this is all, I've not like pre-done any of this. I've just been kind of thinking as I was editing what I want to do. So forgive me if this is not the best way to do this, but my thought is, actually, what if we just put down another set here, get the water pumps out, and do like this. Several of these we are going to need to build. Only problem is the fact that, I mean, I guess I could do one, maybe like flip this maybe? If I did something like this, oh no, that wouldn't work. Never mind. Or if I did it back in this space. I just don't, I want to be able to have a path on here. So if I did this, let me see if I can fit 4 here and then put that other water pump here. Yeah, that would work. It's not super great looking, but it would be working for the time that we need it to. And the path is going to be a little funky too, but maybe I will just put a thing here and then delete these couple. Although I'm going to need to get through. I'm gonna have to take out more bushes to get along this side if we're gonna do that. But I would like to be able to go around the whole thing. So maybe I will take out some more bushes. Get rid of these. Maybe I'll also get rid of these. Build this along here and then just do a path around. I guess I could potentially build platforms here for like a medium storage or something. But anyway, so we'll path around, do something like this. This is gonna take a lot of beavers, which is kind of an issue because we don't have a bunch of extra, but I'm wondering if it would be beneficial for the 6 to, what is it, 6 to 14 days of a good tide to have the beavers focusing on this over things like well, I guess industrial I still want to do. We could pause the farmhouses or something while they pump and then have them go back into that as time goes on. I don't know, something like that, just to make sure that we're getting water when we have the water coming in. This, well, probably in the next day in game, I will open this up to just let this get as full as possible. I will block this off to get this as full as possible, and we'll just try our best to get things done. Okay, this has been, all these bushes have been taken out, so we're good there. And this can still grab all of this. So we did get rid of some bushes, but we weren't really gathering them a whole lot anyway. I should probably actually take some of these out so we have more planting space, because the only thing we're using berries for at this point is emergency food in case we somehow run out of food. But now that we've got more, I'm hoping that won't be an issue. And then for the breeding pods, because we need the berries for that. So we're really not grabbing berries from here much at all. So I think I could potentially like take out a chunk of this and use it for more food as time goes on, but we will see. For now, I'll leave it, and we'll find out what happens in a little bit. This is going to help us get a lot more water, although it's going to be ready when the drought starts, so I probably won't actually put anybody in there now, but at least we will have it. And we do have extra, now we've got 1,500 storage for water, even though we don't actually have that much saved up. So they should be able to get that going. We do have a hauling post. I'm going to add another beaver there since we did have an extra beaver, and that way they can help move all this water to the other storages for now. This is for water too, so they should be moving all of that as the beavers pump more. This beaver doesn't have anything to do in range, so we're going to delete that. And then this one should be able to get stuff done. I'll probably put this other beaver in the hauling post as well. And then we'll just see how this goes. So, we did get the water storage built, and we're gonna work on this slowly over time. I need to remember to pause these as they come up so we don't have beavers going in there and getting rid of all the water that's in here. I think today I also want to move this forester above this little reservoir here and put mangroves in this spot, because we've been doing pretty good at keeping this water. Depending on the length of the drought, they may end up drowning, or not drowning, losing all their water. They might end up drying out if we lose all the water here, but my goal is to eventually turn this into a water reservoir and have it taller and slowly let water into here. So this will eventually be full most of the time, as long as the drought's not super crazy long. So I think that's another thing we're going to work on today, is figuring out, there's a water dump here. I could put, if I put these here, I could just put the forester right on top of this and then put another one of these here. Maybe, if it'll let me. So the forester can come out and go this way. And actually, we could use this spot to put the lumberjacks, or one of them at least, nearby. And then put a set of stairs down here so this forester can come down and plant the mangroves here. And then we just need one or two gatherer flags for that. And then we'll have another source of food, which is going to help our well-being, things like that. So if we're going to be putting a path here, I can connect this here like that, and then I'll probably do this and just connect it straight along here. So we are going to need to unplant this as time goes on and put a path in. It will take time. These are getting pretty close. So hopefully other than maybe this one, we'll see. It might take some time to get it done, but we can at least build this and start planting the mangroves, even if we don't have the ability to get this planted right away. So that'll be helpful there. And then I think after getting all of this stuff built, the next thing I want to do is come up here and see if we can figure out building number crunchers soon. Because if we can get some number crunchers going, and they are automatically turned off during the droughts, but they're going during the wet season and the bad tides, which this is going to be a good area for that because the water is forced off here. So this area will constantly be running as long as it's not a drought. We're going to get science. Then I don't have to have beavers in the science huts, which I've got a few over here. I won't have to have that. Now, in order to get the number cruncher, we are going to need 30 planks, which we have. That's not going to be an issue. We're going to need 100 gears. I don't even know if we have enough storage for that. No, we don't. So we are going to need to build a gear storage, and I might actually put it maybe closer here so it's near enough that they don't have to go super far. I'll do a medium warehouse for now, and then if we need a bigger one later, we can. So they will take it from, I think I have gears in here. So they'll take them from here and put them into this. I'm going to make this for obtaining, and then these can supply. I am not going to prioritize by haulers because even though I want them to move stuff, it's not the highest priority. I think the water is probably the highest priority. So actually I might prioritize all of these by haulers so that the haulers come over here and do this first. Help them move the water around before they do anything else. Okay, we've got half a day left. Let's take a look here at this. Let's open this up to get this as full as possible before the drought starts. Oh, I am running really slow. No wonder everything's taking a while. Okay, so let's fill this up. Okay, there we go. So that is filled up. We're going to raise this. And as we get towards the drought, probably at the very last part of the day, I'm going to raise this. Maybe I'll raise this up to 1 right now. Okay, I will go down to 0.9 for a minute so it doesn't completely flood over. There is still a bunch of water coming in, and then we'll raise this right at the end to get this as full as possible. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to be good for a little while. I am going to leave these 4 pumps going, but as these other ones are built, I will stop them. Well, actually, Oh man, there's so much movement. Okay, yeah, never mind. It stopped flooding, so I will just pause them as they get built. What is this? Okay, there is another. I was going to say that's going to block the path, but there is another path, so we're fine. So, we've got a little bit done here, but not quite ready for that. They are going to need to chop this stuff down. Did I put... Let's set down another one of these in here. Can I get this in there? There. Put a lumberjack on top of that, and then I can delete one of the other ones. This one will be a good spot for getting some of the stuff closer. And then we can, and maybe I'll just go ahead and put down the gatherers here and here, but I will pause them once they're built because they're not going to be able to get any mangroves from it anytime soon. I will delete this path. That's going to be this thing. Because at this point, I don't think we're going to do anything with this. I think we're just going to leave it as floodgates. I did think about making it sluices at one point, but the problem is that I don't want this to let out water when this is empty, which is, I mean, you can only have it go on or off if the water level on the outside gets to a certain point. I could put sluices here to let good water in, but with the way that the rest of it works, I don't know if it's really necessary. But I don't really want to let water out, like I said, if this is empty, so that's not going to be used. And if there is a good tide, I can just lower this, which isn't a big deal. And if it's a bad tide, I can just pull this up and not have to worry about it. So I think I'm just going to leave this as it is and not worry about sluices over here, at least for the time being. Maybe eventually if I figure something else out, I'll change my mind. But right now we're not doing that. Okay, we're going to pause all of these and they will be there ready when we have another good tide around. So and as soon as this forester is built, I probably will get rid of this. Yeah, we don't need you guys working. And then I should start planting the mangroves so that this guy can start doing stuff. So let's just get some of this put in place. And since we built this, we haven't had any bad water come in through here. So I think we're good on that. These could end up dying, probably will end up dying when a bad tide comes through here. But we do tend to have a mixture of droughts and bad tides. So I think we might be fine, at least for a bit. Okay, so, oh, this guy was able to get some of this done. Okay, cool. Doesn't hurt. What are we waiting on here? Planks. Oh, we're out of planks? How did that happen? Probably because we built all this. Oh, and they can't make any more planks. Uh-oh. Yeah, did not think about that part of it. So, is there a way for me to do a temporary thing? I guess I could just put down a lumberjack here for now that I can use to make stuff until the good water or bad water comes back. And we can make the planks that we need for this. Not that it's a huge deal because we still have to cut down all the trees to connect all of it, so not the end of the world, but... we have a little bit of gears, but it's gonna take time for that to happen while we are waiting for enough science, which, what was this? This is 1500 science. So if we can unlock this and have the resources to build one pretty soon here, then we can get this built if not in this episode, maybe in the next episode, and actually have science coming in a lot faster. This makes 10 science every hour as long as you have 500 power. These make one science per hour, and you have to use a beaver for it. This doesn't need beavers once it's built. So we are going to try to get that done. Now, I was thinking about potentially making this area 2 blocks deep and then putting in the bigger power things, large water wheels. Now, these do take planks and logs. We have logs, we just don't really have many planks. But if I can get a couple of these built, we can at least have one number cruncher going, and then we'll just need to do the rest later. And I think at this point we're safe to come over here and build some more until a bad tide approaches. So I'm actually, well, and I was also thinking, so when we make this into a water reservoir, oh, this guy doesn't have anything to do, so let's delete that. Oh, and you guys, are you full on scrap metal? You are. Let's just put another large industrial pile here for scrap metal. And I might, do we have space here? We do, I think. Put another one in here. We'll just do a couple more of scrap metal. That way they can continue working. We'll just get as much scrap metal as we can. We are going to want to get rid of this in order to have our water reservoir. But we can, I want to pay attention to how tall this is going to be. So my goal is to have it about this, you know, this tall along here, all the way around, maybe like to here. So this whole thing will be full of water. We can deepen this as we go and all of that. And then we're going to let the water out into this area. But in order to get the water to come up to this height, we are going to need the backup water to be the same height, which means this, I think, okay, it's hard to tell from here. So this 1, 2, 3, 4. So this 1, 2, 3. So we are going to need this up one more height in order to get this to be that height, because it's going to need to be able to be backed up in here in order for this to fill up fully. So I was thinking maybe what we'll do is put some sluices along this to let out the bad water if it is a bad tide. But then we will add another layer on top of it going, and then have it go this direction so that this whole thing can also be filled up with water and not go off the map. So yeah, that's going to take time, but I think what we should do is probably get this. Let's get rid of this path. Oh, that was actually pretty short drought, which is good. I'm going to build stairs up here. And I guess for now, I'm going to put stairs just on the other side. We can cut down all these trees, and then we'll continue working on it from there. So I'm going to put down a lumberjack right here, and then select all of these trees for cutting. So it doesn't hurt to have them. There, we'll do this as well, and then as we go we can get more and more of this chopped down. And then I'll probably need to put down storage for wood somewhere. Maybe I'll just put it like in here, or oh, this is not the right height, but okay, if I do this, put down a large industrial pile here, and then put wood in that. It'll just be for them to put the trees into here so that they have place, and then it'll be nearby when we start to build the levees and stuff like that. So that's good. That is getting done. This is now built, so I'm going to delete this because this can replant these trees as well. And this is here, so I can delete maybe one of these, and I can fill this in with some more oaks while we are waiting for the other stuff to get done. This can be planted. All that. This can be planted. Okay, so that's helpful there. Oh, I have this here putting water in. So I do want to pause this during the good tides because there's no point in dumping water in there if this is already full and all of that. But for now, we will leave it the way it is. We are getting a decent amount of water stored up, which is great. And the drought has ended. So I'm going to put this down to 0.85 again. And I will lower this so that they can continue getting water in here. Let's pause this. And we will work on that. I am going to need to open these up potentially, although maybe I will wait at this point since we have so much water already stored. Maybe we'll be fine with just the 4 for now, and we can do that later. So they are getting this stuff chopped down, which is great. And as we slowly go about our stuff, we will just use some of the logs that we grab here to build more. Yeah. So I'm going to put stairs in, I think, right here. Since we have these running again, I'm going to pause this because I don't feel like we need to be using the power for that at this point. We do have some canola oil, but only enough that fits in here, I think. We don't have any stored up. So maybe what we'll do is turn a couple of these small water tanks into canola oil storage, since we don't have water in them anyway. That still gives us 1440 in water storage. And then we can actually have that stored up. We are going to be able to make... Let's switch this over to the soybeans for a bit. Since we have the oil and we have the soybeans sitting in the thing, then they can actually have another source of food. I do eventually need to start working on getting more fermenters up and running at a time. But right now I will just switch back and forth between these till we have more of what we need. Why are you guys hungry? Is it just because you were working too far away? Is that the problem? You have a lot of log storage here because I want to make sure that as we cut down the trees, we have wood stored nearby to start making the levees. Although I was thinking about it and I might potentially get a dirt excavator going at some point soon, and maybe I'll make the walls out of dirt instead of wood, which means I wouldn't need as much wood at that point. But we will need the wood to make the planks and the gears and all that stuff, so maybe it's not a big deal to have extra logs around. For the dirt excavator, I think that's in the landscaping, that needs 2,000 science, so we're definitely gonna want the number cruncher going before we do this. That's part of the reason I was like, let's do the number cruncher, get the science going so we can start getting other stuff done. This takes treated planks and then the gears once again and metal. And the treated planks, we're not working on getting pine resin yet, which is part of what is needed for that. And we don't have wood workshops. So we are going to need to start getting some of that going pretty soon as time goes on. These are fine, right? Yeah, okay. And then... Oh, you know what? I probably shouldn't have somebody in here again because we don't have a whole lot of stuff. Oh, you know what? We've got dynamite. Bad tide is approaching in 3 days. I am going to open all of these up, and I want all of these. Oh, I want all of these to be high priority when I have them on, so that beavers go there and do that, and then we'll try to get as much water stored up as we can. And then once the bad tide starts, I will pause all 5 or 6 of these, whatever it is, 5 of them. What do you mean you don't have anything to do? Oh, yeah, I guess. Well, I was going to put down storage or stairs there, but maybe what I'll do instead is start working on getting the sluices going. That's in landscaping. So that takes metal and planks, which we have both. So let's go ahead and open this here. I think 4 should be good enough. And these will set to flows below contamination of 1%. So that they open immediately once any bad water is there. And then if what I might want to do is put levees along here so that we don't have to worry about, well, maybe not here, because I want them to be able to get across. So I'm just going to delete that because I do want them to be able to get across. Hopefully these open before any water splashes over. I think it'll be fine, hopefully. Okay, we are almost full on water, so that's great. That'll help us as time goes on. Ooh, and these are starting to grow, so they should be getting fruits pretty soon here. How is this? We've got a couple of trees already chopped down, so I can put pathing in a little bit, but we still have stuff to get done. Why did this guy not chop down this tree right here? Is this not marked for cutting? Is that the problem? Yep, that's the problem. I don't know why not everything is marked for cutting. Well, that would make sense as to why there's a whole bunch of trees sitting there that haven't been chopped down. Oh no, we got broken teeth. Do I have the teeth grindstones? That's the question. I think that's in here. I've got a couple. I guess maybe I'll put teeth grindstones near their housing. I don't know. It could be more beneficial to have it near where the trees are being chopped, but since those keep moving around, I don't know. It might still be better to have it nearby because they become incapacitated, I think, when they have the teeth. Is this an injury? Or is this the broken tooth one? Okay, so this guy is injured. Do I have medical beds? I do. So I need a few more of those. Maybe I'll put them along here. I do think eventually I am going to rearrange all this. Pause. Okay, let's raise this immediately. And I will raise this so that we can have a beaver in there if we need to. And then let's come over here. Let's slow this down and make it so we can see this as it happens. And hopefully as soon as this water backs up and touches this, this will open and let it out. Okay, so these are opening. Good. We don't have any splashing or anything going on, so we're fine there. Then we can go across here to start chopping more trees down on this side. Now that we have this done and it doesn't look like the water is going to go over, hopefully that continues. So this beaver can actually go get more. And then, yeah, that's fine. We're doing great there. So let's speed this back up. And I'll probably put another lumberjack over here because this beaver doesn't have a whole lot left to do. So that will help with that. Let's pause all of these. Okay. So yeah, we've got pretty much full water storage, just a little bit left. So we'll leave the 4 going and we should be good for the whole 15-day drought. Should not have any issues there. This actually is still growing, which is crazy. Maybe because it is fully submerged? I don't know. I don't know how this didn't contaminate. Let me close this and see. I'm not seeing any tendrils. Oh, now it's starting. Okay, so these are gonna start dying pretty soon here, I think. Yeah, they're contaminated. Okay, never mind. They must have been partially good water as well. That's why it didn't have any issues before. So we are getting the wood. I want to start getting the walls in place here pretty soon. I think let's go ahead and start with just levees along this. And I might just make this, oh, I guess I don't need this to be here. Really, I don't need this either. We'll just put this. And then this is 5 wide, which means that if we put the this in, it is going to be too big. Oh, no, it's 4 wide. Okay. Well, no, it is 5 wide. Never mind. So there's a space in between. So what I could actually do is put, maybe I will. Okay, let's change this. Let's put the levees instead along here. And then this will be 4 wide here. Then we can just continue this along. Probably do the same thing. So we'll just make this longer here, and we'll just have to kind of go this direction here because I'm going to wait on this piece because I'm not sure how I want to do this part. But then at least once we get all the trees gone and we get the number cruncher over here, we can have 2 of these in, which we have enough science. I might as well unlock it. Let's see how far this direction we can go with this. So if I do this, yes, pause, rotate. Oh, I can't do that there. Okay, so I guess we'll have to move this one this way one so that they match up and the power connects along. And then we'll just have to continue this. So these 2 should make enough for 1 number cruncher to be going at once. And I think we'll be able to get up to that level eventually. I'm hoping that they... let's pause this, and then maybe I'll just build stairs. I'm a little bit nervous if I try to have them do this bottom section first, then they're going to end up going over here where the bad water is coming in, and they're going to get contaminated. But if I have them start it from the top layer here, they might be able to not have to worry about getting contaminated at all. So that's the goal. Okay, this guy doesn't have anything to do, so we'll just pause that. Can you reach this whole thing? You can. We'll finish that up. And oh, there's not enough water in here? Goodness. Oh, I didn't let any more water into there as time went on. Well, it'll be fine. We will be fine. Not using this for anything. I need to make use of that next time probably, but I'm glad at least we got extra water storage, extra water pumps. We got the mangroves going. And I think next time is probably when we will start working on actually getting a number cruncher built and finishing up these levees. So if you want to see that, come back for the next one. But thank you so much for joining me. If you liked this video, I'm going to pop a couple more episodes up here that you might also enjoy. Please please leave me a comment below. I love hearing from all of you. But that's going to be it for today. I'll see you next time.